And we are live. Welcome to Triangle Squared, a PlayStation podcast and our watch along of Sony's E3 press conference.
For those in chat, let's make sure our audio levels are good. I think they are, but never hurt to double check.
And we will do this more like a normal episode. If this is your first time ever joining us, in case we have some random people in here, we are Triangle Squared, a PlayStation podcast. We normally come to you every Monday at 10 a.m. PST and 12 p.m. CST in video format or audio format. If you want to watch us on YouTube, subscribe to us if you like what we're doing to keep up with a new episode every week of the podcast, along other things like Saul Plays thing going on. And the other thing, of course, is that you can find us on, not things like this, but you can find our normal episodes on podcast services.
Yep.
So with that being said, we're going to get into kind of our pre-show stuff. First thing we want to see, let's go, boys. What is everybody expecting? I think that this is the one that has the biggest potential of just completely blowing my mind from, I guess I want to say just from sheer expectation, right?
Right.
Because the thing is, what we've seen so far, I feel like, Microsoft, I had expectations, but I also felt like they were going to hit them, but we didn't know anything going into it.
That's true. Yeah.
Going into Sony's, knowing that they're doing these 4 big games, just leaves you with this weird feeling that they're doing some sleight of hand, and it's interesting. I'm just here for whose soul.
Josh in chat says Ghost gameplay. I hope so.
I think that we need to see Ghost gameplay. I've already said that, but
after
seeing it, the times... I love Saul's hair today. It's very odd to me, but I'm digging it. But yeah, I think that they need to show Ghost gameplay after what they've shown so far. Seeing it again in a trailer capacity would just be a bummer. Definitely when everybody else has had rather, I don't want to say really strong...
Like that wardrobe change from earlier.
I don't want to say that everybody's had really strong conferences because, EA's was a safe bet and it was good. It was okay. I want to say that Square's was a little lackluster, but I think that they played their cards right by making it a more direct style thing and not wasting somebody's time on stage. Blaze actually mentioned it in the perfect way, which is the only problem with Square's is that this is something they could have shown any other day, right? And it doesn't feel like they were necessarily coming out swinging at E3. But with them not doing a stage, it makes sense, and I kind of understand that they did it. A good Killzone? Are you telling me right now, Jonathan?
No, Blaze is not keeping. He was here earlier. They had to take their lunches together.
Yeah, it's okay. He went and ate, birthday dinner with me, and he had to go home. But
yeah, for all those that aren't on Discord, it's Brett's birthday.
Hey, RJ, I see you there, bud. I agree. All Killzones are good. They have yet to make a bad Killzone game. Even the PSP one, Liberation, very good.
Yeah, Liberation's actually one of my favorite.
They've all been PlayStation conferences to some extent. Yes, Steve, they have all been PlayStation conferences to some extent. I was actually really surprised at the amount of exclusives we saw during Squares. That was the biggest thing to me. And we saw the same setup they've had before where it's all console exclusives. Yes, they're coming to Steam, I'm sure, just to kind of broaden the pot of people who can, profitability is there. But, in the past, we've already seen PlayStation be the go-to place to experience these games anyway. Nier Automata released on PlayStation and Steam the same day, but the game was preferably played on PlayStation because the PC version was not up to snuff and still remains to be up to snuff if you don't use a patch, a player-made patch. So
I hope we see Final Fantasy VII
hey,
as well,
thanks, Josh. Appreciate you, bud.
Josh. I don't know why I said Jonathan.
I got a guy's happy birthday. That was nice. Thank you, sir.
That is something that's different about this episode is that we will be interacting with chat on Twitch. So if you are only watching us on YouTube, I apologize for that.
If this is your first time watching Triangle Squared, if you've been streaming all of E3 with us, it's been interaction out the wahoo. So yes, I agree. Looks like they're starting with Dreams. I would be down.
What is tickling my neck?
I think it may be time for us to switch over. What do you think? I'm going to start pulling up the audio a little bit to prep for when it switches over. Okay. I'm going to keep it down a little bit.
We're going to rely on you guys in chat to help us out with audio like the last 3 times we've done this. So just let us know if it's too low. Let us know if we're too high.
I think we found the right mixture, but...
Jonathan forgot about Dreams. How dare you?
Jonathan, you telling me you didn't see that recent Dreams gameplay where it looked sweet and letting you make your own stuff? Yes, Corey Skate. But back to Dreams real quick. Dreams looks awesome. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. Welcome back.
Yeah, Dreams looks great, man. It looks like all the building fun of Little Big Planet with the potentially, the way they're wording it, the power of a full-on engine just built inside of a game. So I do think we'll see Concrete Genie, since we did not see it in the, if I'm not mistaken, I missed one of the days, but we did not see it in any of the pre-show daily announcements, right?
No, not to my knowledge.
So I feel like Concrete Genie probably gets a date. That seems reasonable.
Hey,
Corey, yes, we get it.
Corey, would you move here if Skate was an online-only game?
Uh-oh.
Because it might be.
Boys.
Whoa.
Let's get this going. All right. Here we are.
Change in environment. For this particular one, we've kind of talked through a lot of them. For this one, we're going to be majority.
And welcome. And thank you for making the time tonight to come to church.
Okay.
This fulfills your obligation for the coming Sunday, for those of you who need to know that. But thank you for coming out. It's great to see the congregation as large as it is tonight under this single tent. And for those of you who may be a bit apprehensive because you remember that movie Kingsman.
No. Was it Freebird that was playing
It doesn't end that way.
It doesn't end that way.
So, but no, again, thank you. And as you can see from this evening, here again at PlayStation, we've decided to mix it up a little bit in the way that we're doing our E3 presentation this year. You know, we look at what the stories we tell and the things that we want to impart to our fans here with us and their fans on the live feed worldwide. And that changes our design ideas around what we can do for this show.
Let us know how that is, Jonathan.
So tonight, we're going to have, rather than a bombardment of new creative, we're going to take all of you on a journey deeper into some of the key titles we've talked about before, but we're going to talk about them in a different way tonight, a deeper way, so you can learn about what's going on with these games and what's coming up in the future. You know, what we look at here at Worldwide Studios with inside Sony Interactive Entertainment, we really want to take our love for gaming and make it sing very loudly. It's a gaming industry, it's sometimes called, but certainly inside our studios, we see gaming as a vocation. It's a calling. It's what we do. It's what we have to do. Our teams of creatives and studios and designers, they have stories to tell.
What's up, Josh? How you doing, buddy?
The things they want to show you, the places they'd like to take you. That's what we're trying to do here at PlayStation. This coming year is going to be all about those kind of games that we can deliver to you in a way that's going to blow your minds. And tonight, we're beginning here in this tent
that's
this
the
church
nature of
we've
streaming,
created
Corey.
here
We're sorry.
in Los Angeles to let you start that journey with us and let us tell you our stories for the next hour or so. So without further ado, it is my great honor and my unique privilege to invite to the stage and introduce to you Gustavo Santaolalla.
Okay, so we're going to see The Last of Us first, I guess? Or we're going to get a little Last of Us music piece.
So I get to check out my bingo card for orchestra.
You know, I love that they are still using the space motif with all their, you know,
what a weird setting.
Media.
What's going on here, though?
You're gonna hear that real sad Last of Us music.
No, I'm talking about where they're at.
Nobody can live in the moment anymore. It's like a 6-string banjo, so it's almost like a banjo acoustic guitar, like with a kind of hybrid. They haven't got the tone of it.
Oh, that is a 6-string.
I mean, they make 5- and 6-string banjos, but
I'm not used to seeing a 6-string though.
They're waiting to light the candles, Steve. You just give them time. We'll see. I will say this, regardless of how you feel about The Last of Us, I think it's hard to argue that it has a very impactful soundtrack. The Last of Us Horizon.
Please no.
That'll be the crossover.
One I won't buy.
It's in a church because we're finally going to get that game that was teased. We're going to get a teaser for Quantum Dream's new game, which is based off of the teaser they used before, which was like the Dark Necromancer or something like that. Hey, Mark.
Is that Mark?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
So I can't.
Glad you could join us.
For some reason, that pink is making it look like it says hot dog.
Are they really having a press conference at Golden Corral? Oh, that's a great joke.
Oh, good job, Richard. Oh, man.
They're doing it so they could pass out and get tithings. They want to get their Sony tithings. That's what's going on. Church equals Bloodborne 2 in some insane way. Okay, we'll see.
Actually, I thought of that in my head.
Went out one night to make a little round and met little Sadie.
Hey, Blake, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
Coming right in on The Last of Us. I know you don't care about it too terribly much, but I agree, LTV.
Oh, this is why they're in a church.
There we go. Now we know.
I woke up in the morning, what happened?
So this must be on the brothers' little area, right?
I would guess. I would
The
think.
compound, I guess you call it.
Man, she looks so weird now. That does not look like Ellie.
Ah, it does to me. But, you know, it's also, she's an adult. Liu Kang? What are you doing here?
I was going to say Han from Fast and the Furious, but okay.
Tell me about it.
I think we're just racist profiling at this point.
Oh, yeah. I
Your
can see that
old
too.
man really laid into me today.
He looked like Liu Kang from like the late 90s or
What
early
happened?
90s Mortal Kombat movies.
Another big lecture
I
about
didn't
my
watch those
patrols.
pieces of garbage.
Don't go here, don't go there. It's funny how involved it gets whenever you're scheduled to go out.
Yeah.
She's putting on quite the show.
I give you guys 2 weeks until you're back together.
Not gonna happen. She say something, dude?
Make it 1 week. Ellie! Hey! What took you so long? Oh, I'm here, aren't I?
Wondered what Glenn from The
Yeah.
Walking Dead was up to.
Jesse.
Hey, don't forget we leave at first light, so get some rest.
Yes, sir.
What is up with the audio?
Yeah, it's kind of doubled over. I'm not
Such
sure.
a dick. Come on. Why don't you start with me? Okay, I have a very serious question for you.
Oh, is she gay? Or like lesbian
How
or
bad
bi?
do I sound?
Who? Ellie?
Yeah.
You learned that in the Left Behind DLC.
Never played the DLC for Left
Like
Behind.
a hot pile of garbage? Oh. Okay. Oh. How about that? Gross. You love it.
Oh, that's right. She kisses the other girl, doesn't she? I remember somebody talking about it, but I never wanted to play it.
Every
Is
guy
that
in this
Riley?
room is staring at you right now. Maybe they're staring at you. Or not. Maybe they're jealous of you. I'm just a girl, not a threat.
I mean, I agree,
Ellie,
Steve. It was ambiguous.
I think they should be terrified.
I'm hoping that this gives you a good. I mean, I think they're trying to build even more of a connection with you and Ellie, but we'll see. I'm open for giving me a chance. I just want to see what happens.
Blake said she's gay, screams and conservative.
Mike Pence is just yelling at his TV right now.
Okay, so that was before. The Last of Us, the Love Triangle Square.
Fucker.
Oh, they killed her. Is this what's going on? They kill her Boo Boo? They have not confirmed nor denied that Joel's dead. We'll see. Man, this looks gorgeous, though.
It does.
If nothing else, their games are always beautiful. New Tomb Raider looks great.
Oh, man.
This does look awesome. I'm really wanting to see how I like the even further stealth edition, but I want to see what all that means. I'm sure some of the Uncharted 4 stealth stuff comes over in a sense. Boy, that volumetric lighting is pretty.
Don't do this. No.
They are nested with sin.
What is
Breathing.
Holy shit! No!
We'll see. God of War had a very minor downgrade in certain areas, but upgrade in others. Depends on what's important to you.
That backward like stealth animation kind of looks odd to me.
Yes.
Okay, very, very similar to the first game. Good.
See, I'm not gonna lie. I'm extremely excited to be able to use a bow, like commonly in this game. I just love bows in games. Oh, Kiss. The kid was okay. I got you. I think you're my God of War, Blake. But yeah, no, the Kiss was well animated. Not like the Kiss in Heavy Rain, which is a very old game, but it was very awkward between Madison and. Well, I won't say who. In case you haven't played it.
All right, see you, Corey.
Woo!
Hey!
Oh!
She went into the grass. Watch yourself.
That's kind of cool. I mean, not really surprising by current AI standards, but yeah, for sure. The melee looks a lot. I mean, I didn't have a problem with the melee before, but it looks very well done.
What?
Wolf.
Brutal
Came
as
through
ever.
here. Damn it. Double back. Go.
Yeah.
You look awfully white.
Eat this!
Can I start that trunk? The division range. Whoa. That's nice.
I have eyes!
So I wonder if that can be used at any point in the game.
What?
Holding it like the way she held him like that, almost as hostage.
Better be a Saul's plays of this.
You might.
Oh, that's cool from a healing perspective. Lots of post-apocalyptic stuff this E3.
The animations do look really good, Steve.
Very much so. Would expect no less though, because of all of my qualms with Uncharted 4, which are not many. It's still a great game. The game, it's hard to give it any kind of flack for not looking good.
Yeah, I wonder where he is too, El Chabib. I'm curious if he's sick and you're having to go get him medicine or something, and he's back at base, or if he's dead. That would be my two best guesses.
Well, I think that they wanted to be careful not to do I don't want to say an escort mission, but I mean, make it tonally different from the first by not having Joel constantly there to be your backup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time,
go back to the part of the first game where when it's just Ellie.
It would do him injustice though just to put him off somewhere. In my opinion, it needs to be meaningful for what they do.
No, I agree.
By yourself.
But I think it's because it adds a lot more tension. You don't feel like you have Joel to get you out of this.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you're basically playing as Joel. Like this is, it would be the same dynamic. Ellie couldn't help when the first game got off.
Damn it, you.
It probably does that.
Is that like a dodge mechanic that you can actually use in real time? Did you notice that?
Yeah, the quick sway.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
This is a sacrifice lamb.
Is that a pan? Nope, that's not a pan.
Lever.
Very sharp pan, if that is. I would guess it's not a whole lot, but it's there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there'll be more
environment destruction. Please let that be it.
Okay. Wrapping it up, right? Wrap up the thought.
I told you.
And I think that's why there's either. I wonder if that was in the past or after. You know what I mean? It seems like it'd be after. Interesting, nonetheless.
Yeah.
I hope this is the end. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Good.
I hope the rest of the games they show aren't this quite long, because that's not going to leave much room for anything else. That was roughly 15 minutes. Or 10 minutes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree, Steve. That's what I was going to say. I think a lot of it would be real. Definitely moving off of Uncharted 4, which had a lot of real destruction in it already.
See, I didn't get to play Uncharted 4, so that makes sense.
And I know you've not played Uncharted 4 yet, so. Yeah, RJ, fire. We see your joke, Richard. We see it.
This is why I'm glad the chat's not on screen.
I love that astral. That's just such a cool motif.
I know it is.
That was a new look at The Last of Us Part 2. We're here live in Los Angeles at the PlayStation E3 Showcase. We're taking a quick intermission while folks move along to the next part of the experience. We'll have a little bit more to share on that later.
Oh, no.
And I am joined by my good friend, Ryan Clements.
Hello, Mr. Schumann.
How are you?
I'm good. It's such a pleasure to be here at the PlayStation Showcase. And it's going to be a huge night for Worldwide Studios a little later when the showcase resumes. And what better guest to have for joining us about Worldwide Studios than the chairman of Worldwide Studios, Mr. Shawn Layden. Hello, sir.
Yeah, good to be here.
I thought you were just on stage. How did you get up here so fast?
We created this pneumatic tube that I was dropped into and shot right across to the studio here.
So right
it's
over
like
here.
Well,
it's good to have you here.
Well, it's great to be here, and I think that was a very
conference area.
a very powerful start for our E3 program for this year.
That's right, and there's much more to come, but I do want to zero in on The Last of Us Part 2 here just for a moment. You know, as chairman of Worldwide Studios, you work very closely with Naughty Dog. These guys need no introduction.
Indeed.
And I'm curious, from your perspective, where is their head at when it comes to developing this game?
First of all.
Where's their head at? I mean, they are everywhere. They're looking at what can do in the next iteration of the Last of Us series.
Again,
and I think what we saw tonight, I mean, that piece of content was so impactful.
A little
the whole relationship between Ellie and Dina going into the combat sequence really shows that they're pulling all the stops over at Naughty Dog, and they're going to have a very broad and ranging game that's not going to make you only work at it as a player, but you're going to have to just think as a person what you're coming up against.
And I can't wait to see more of that. That was first gameplay we saw there of The Last of Us Part 2, looking obviously incredible. And speaking of incredible, I mean, Worldwide Studios lately, I mean, it's just been unbelievable. Horizon, we had God of War, which needs no introduction, and Detroit becomes human. I mean, what is the secret, and what are you doing over there at Worldwide Studios? What's going on there?
Yeah, I wanted to release it
do
too,
no
Corey.
harm. Right?
Probably at PSX. It'll probably be
A lot of ways, my job is just to move the boulders out of the road
so here's the
to make sure that creative talent can get where they need to go. Provide backup, provide scope.
Xbox is pacing, provide regardless of what game you're showing. Xbox is pacing
advice about where we can take this as an industry and as a gaming culture. But honestly, we've got 13 studios worldwide. We try to give them as much creative control as possible and just help support them through to their vision. That's kind of what we've been trying to do here for the last dozen years or so with Worldwide Studios. And I think right now, certainly in the PS4 era, you're seeing a lot of that coming into play right now.
That's great to hear that. And speaking about making fans happy, I think there's a question that I've been getting a whole lot, and it has to do with God of War. It's a celebrated game. It's sold extremely well. It has a huge legion of fans. And one of the things I wanted to mention was, I get a lot of tweets about New Game Plus. Right. Is this something that you and Santa Monica Studio are evaluating for God of War?
It's crazy. With the advent of social media, we get a lot of real-time feedback from the fans and the community, and we listen to that. And God knows my Twitter feed is filled up with a lot of stuff that we could talk about here or not talk about at all. But it's all important. We take it all seriously. And New Game Plus is something that came through really strong and really hard through that kind of feedback loop. And I'm happy to say today that the teams are working on it, and we should have some more updates on that. We'll put that through the blog, but it's going to happen.
All right.
Definitely.
Who miraculously finished God of War with a 2-year-old
a lot of it's going to be.
That makes me very happy. I will somehow find more time. I will find time to get. He wasn't watching.
Okay, thank God.
They said
that. But yeah, thank you so much, Sean. And it's great to hear that you and that amazing team at Santa Monica Studio are making that happen.
If we can create functionality and features that allow people to spend more time in the worlds we build, that's by definition a good thing.
Excellent.
Fantastic. So New Game Plus, that is confirmed.
Exactly,
that is coming to God of War.
The games are going to be the meat
we'll have full details on PlayStation blog shortly.
As long as
we have a lot more to talk about too.
And actually, Sean, I wanted to ask you about that. About a month ago, you did something a little bit out of the ordinary for our team, and you kind of came out and talked about the 4 main games that we would be highlighting tonight's PlayStation Showcase. I was wondering what the thought process was there.
Well, every year we try to let the stories we have to tell design the experience we're going to create. And this year we felt that what we really want to do is take people on a journey deep into the content, deep into the 4 big pillar games that we're working on right now, and get them to see a bit more about the stories they're trying to tell and the way it's going to be expressed and what they get out of it. It's a really wide range of titles there, anything from The Last of Us 2, which you saw right now, through Death Stranding and Spider-Man and Ghost. So this year I wanted people to know that don't come here expecting to have some big flashy new idea come out or some big surprise come out. Come here and sit with us and walk with us as we get through to see the background stories and deep inside of the game.
Is this more of a ruse?
Wonderful. And we do have a lot more coming from those Worldwide Studios games in the showcase later tonight. Do you have any personal games that you're most excited about?
Well, they're all fabulous, and I think the teams are really crushing it right across the board. But one thing I would say is there's one of the games that we're having out today that will be playable in 3 months. And available in stores, and that's our favorite web slinger,
of course,
Spider-Man. So we're going to see a lot of that tonight, and I think the folks at home should be happy with what they're going to get.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean.
Sean, thank you so much for dropping by. Always a pleasure to trade notes with the chairman of Worldwide Studios.
It's great to see you guys. I'll head back to the pneumatic tube station then.
All right, please do.
Right.
And
wear the helmet.
We do have a lot more in store coming up in just a few minutes as the E3 showcase continues. But in the meantime, we also have some other updates for you while we wait during this short intermission. So I say we kick it off with a look at the latest from the world of Call of Duty.
Okay, so here's the third-party stuff. Now, I expected this. I expect Destiny, right? What else do we see? Final Fantasy VII, you hope.
I just hope he doesn't get this awkward talking stuff. I just hope he wants to go. Like, Square did a really good job of trailer.
And it was pre-recorded, and they had that benefit.
That's true, too, but Sony's done it before. Last year they opened up with 3 trailers before Sean came on. 2 trailers?
2 trailers that were pretty in-depth, and then Sean came out and didn't take too long. It was very well done, very well paced. Even if the game shown were things we've already seen, that was still smart of them.
Not that I'm not excited for Black Ops, it's just I don't really want to see it right there. Hey, that's Sumo, whatever it's called.
I hope Final Fantasy VII. It seems unlikely that it wouldn't be. Mainly, I mean, I don't know. Because I would consider that an update, right? It doesn't have to be a big new idea, but they can still show
Call
us
of Duty Black Ops 3 only when you
you know,
pre-order
they can
Call of
still
Duty
show
Black
us
Ops 4 from
updates on
PlayStation
things we
Store.
already know about.
That's interesting.
Welcome back. We are having the PlayStation E3 showcase kicking off in just a few more minutes. We're in a short intermission period here, but we've got some good stuff to talk about. We've got some good friends as well.
Yeah, John,
Meredith
we all
Molinari and
want-
Ramon Russell. Welcome.
What's
happening? That's
Good
right.
to have you guys back.
It's good to be back.
Friendly
Yeah.
faces
Anybody else not here?
right before the showcase.
Absolutely.
Mess with us, Blake?
Excellent.
So I say we keep this moving here, and when it comes to Call of Duty, we know that a bunch of remastered maps from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are
What do you
making
boys
their way to
think
Call
now?
of Duty Black Ops 4 this October on launch day. But what we just learned here is that
Hopefully
those
that's
maps,
it.
those classic maps, are coming to Black Ops 3 as well for those who pre-order
Oh,
Black
I
Ops
see.
4
He
on
put it up
PlayStation
there, too.
Store.
Oh, that's
My
pretty
bad.
awesome. But what if I don't own
What about now, Blake?
Call of Duty
Tell us
Black
we're
Ops
doing
3?
good.
Well, that's where it gets a little more interesting, my friend.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
tonight,
Thank you,
we
sir.
are actually doing a surprise PlayStation Plus game drop, and that is going to be Black Ops 3.
Oh, never mind.
Black Ops 3 is coming to PlayStation Plus later tonight.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, that's
yes,
cool.
very nice. This is why I love E3 because
I didn't buy it
not
yet,
only
and
do
I
we
was
get to
wanting to
share
play it.
Yeah,
awesome
that
news
is
with
actually really
our
cool.
audience, but
Okay,
PlayStation
good.
on that
subscribers
tonight.
get a little
Good.
treat.
Get a extra
Little
look.
tasty
Let's see, it's
treat.
available now.
Yeah.
Little mid
They didn't say
E3
now.
supply drop for
Yeah,
you there.
there you
But
go.
Yeah, hey,
Perfect.
sorry, buddy.
You know, we've been sharing a lot
I'll
of
try
good
and keep
news.
a
We got to
closer
share
eye.
5 really cool announcements last week when we did our
Black Ops
countdown.
cool, though. I finally get to play the
ramping up
campaign.
for
Don't have to
tonight's
spin it
big
down. That's
showcase.
good. Gotta love
That's
PS
right.
Plus
We had the
sometimes.
countdown to E3.
I
and
wonder
that
if this
was
is why
5 game
they had so
reveals and
few
updates
games.
over a span of 5 days.
They knew they
A
were
lot of
gonna
great
do this.
stuff announced. Let's take a quick look back at the highlights.
And it's a good, you know.
Are you doing what I think you're doing? You're showing us more things that we've already watched?
Yeah, same, Josh. I never got around to it. And from a storyline perspective, I am interested in it. I know that I don't want to play the online on that game. So not having to spend money just to experience the story is it's a plus for me by far. Oh, okay, this is all the countdown.
Not
to-
currently free.
Okay, well, we'll wait and see what happens, because that's tonight. Free games are always nice. You hear that,
Sick of
Saul?
Hearing about Days Gone. You are hearing a lot of complaining. What?
Now, hey, no joke, this looks awesome. And I really want to see gameplay just to get a better idea. But this looks awesome.
Okay, wake up, focus, remember.
And Vampire has been great so far. I haven't been able to play a lot this weekend because Saul's been around and he doesn't want it spoiled. Can't blame him.
There comes a heartfelt story in VR.
But really,
Could let me borrow that since I'm going to play.
are you?
Okay, yeah. Beat Saber, yeah.
There we go.
It's just not my type of game when it comes to rhythm games, but I know that people are stoked for it, so I'm happy for them. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I love me some rhythm games, but I don't know if I can do that.
Welcome back. We're just a few minutes away from the E3 PlayStation Showcase. I mean, when I say a few minutes, I mean we're really...
Well, hold on.
Let's
So,
keep
did
moving
that
here.
not
There's a
count?
lot of great stuff here. Oh, and we can see the crowd is seated. The people are about ready to
Twin
go.
Mirror looks
This
awesome.
show's about to
And
continue.
Vampire, I know
about
you
to
haven't gotten it
move
yet,
into the
Blake,
big
and
event.
Yeah, it
try
was
and
great
get it
to
on
see the
Xbox One
countdown
since you
stuff,
switched
but
over.
I do think that there's like
it's
maybe
awesome.
one
I think
more
you will
thing
really
we can
like it.
sneak in there before we cut away to the showcase.
Yeah.
He didn't say
Yeah,
it
well,
again.
let's
He said
squeeze
it's
it
gonna
in.
start.
Let's squeeze
Squeeze
it
it in.
Okay, so this next franchise boasts a huge loyal community of nearly 6 billion hours. Incredible stat.
Yeah, they play
Destiny.
that so much.
A lot.
They do.
I was gonna say,
And
yeah, I guess
we're going
so.
to take a
But we're gonna
first
see
look
this
at the next chapter
Stupid
right now.
Forsaken trailer we've already seen from Bungie like 3 weeks ago, or like 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, whenever it was. 1 week ago. Earlier this week.
I can't imagine they're going to show us anything just ridiculous, you know? Boy, Cade looked a little messed up.
A lonesome star.
Hey, like I said, PlayStation's going to be the oddest one out of all of them. Because they came in with a message of what they were doing. And I think we all foolishly hyped ourselves up a little bit, but... All right, Jonathan.
I hope I can get that guy's armor. His like hood.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
So he just shoot Cade in the face? Presumably so. Oh, you're gonna see people cry about the kiss play wherever you go. What'd that say?
I don't know. That's the dude from the Reef?
Yeah.
Right, with the Queen?
You're getting to go to the
new
Awoken's world.
Yeah, the new area of the Reef, which actually does look cool. I'll give him that. Like I said, I may go back to Destiny 2 just to play Forsaken's content. I know that I'll never stay in Destiny just long. It's hard for me to do. But
That was a powerful new look at Destiny 2. Forsaken is coming out September 4th on PS4. A lot of great enhancements and content for that one. And
yeah, it looks really good. There's a lot of buzz
Josh
about that
says
Gambit
Last of
mode
Us
coming
easily
up,
best
and
game
guess
shown
what?
at
If you're
E3
at
so
E3,
far.
you can play it at our booth.
Okay, I'm sorry. I took that as
There's
PlayStation
barely any
E3,
time
but Last of Us
because
does
we're
look
about to get to the
awesome.
showcase.
that's right. We are
I'm not gonna
really
say
seconds away
best
when it
game
comes
so
down to
far.
it from
Hard
the
to
rest
say,
of
but it looks really
PlayStation's
good.
E3 showcase. Thank you so much for watching. We've got a lot more in store tonight.
keep saying
but for now,
no,
I think it's almost time.
I think it's almost time.
I'll
Should
shoot
we
my
get to
water.
it?
I think why keep people waiting? Let's get to
You're
it. We have
the
so
one
much
wanting
more
to
to
buy
cover.
it, so.
Okay. Got a lot more in store. So
You
let's
keep
check it
saying
out
that.
live right now.
Can you show us?
Okay, Saul.
No.
Settle.
Fine. We get some more Sekiro. I'm fine with this.
Is this Sekiro or is this Ghost?
No, this is Sekiro. No, well, no. You know what? I don't think so. I don't think they could. I don't think they would put both of those.
No, they wouldn't. They're gonna go for Ghost.
It is interesting though that the trailers are similar so far.
Well, I think that's why we didn't see Sekiro at Sony's. Makes more sense to keep it away from this.
That does make more sense. Was that the pre-show, Jonathan? The show was supposed to start at 8. It is now 8:32. Does this count as live orchestra music?
I think it's reasonable. I
Well,
mean, it's not
okay.
orchestra, but it's a live music performance.
Well, I put live orchestra on my bingo card.
We'll see. Wait and see. There may still be an orchestra. Ghost of Tsushima is the long-awaited prequel to Call of Duty to Call of Duty Ghost.
If that's the pre-show, I'm gonna be a lot more happier.
Hey, I'll give you this, Richard and Blake.
Stop being a
Not no
soft voice.
emotion in games. I think emotion's fine. I think a lot of games do portray kisses in very odd ways. I've played a few games that whenever it got to a romantic scene, it became cringy. Some of it because of the uncanny valley, some of it due to technological problems, and some of it just due to awkward writing.
I am so glad Jonathan is here. He's going in. Is that your full rating for this performance, Jonathan? He's going in. I wonder if Sony saw that Sekiro trailer or Sekiro and was like, "Oh no."
I doubt it. Very different games in the long run. I do
No,
think
I'm sure
that we're
they
going
are.
to see this game lean more towards the realistic than the than the supernatural or odd.
Which would be really, really weird for a Sucker Punch game.
All right, let me more quiet towards this. Can everybody hear the? I'm starting to feel the same, LTV. Don't know how much we're going to see, but I hope this looks awesome. This is one of the games I'm kind of hinging on to be a real game changer for how hyped I end up being in this E3 in particular, because Death Stranding is very on the fence.
The temple's close.
Speaking English, I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said the temple's close.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. All right, I'm digging this. Just from the camera perspective. Very Horizon-like, and regardless of what you feel about Horizon, Horizon was fun as hell to play.
Does it bother you that they are on the left-hand side of the screen?
No, I'm left-handed.
I'm left-handed too. That bothers me.
No. I wonder, or if you had to choose which stage you wanted to be in. But I think that they maybe moved them. We'll see. Oh, that's gorgeous.
It is very beautiful.
Which to this day, Second Son was a mess in some areas.
Still no grasslands.
But I will tell you this much. Second Son is still beautiful to this day. Definitely with that 4K HDR patch. Or, PS4 Pro patch. 6 people need to die for my bingo.
Nobu, come!
Minecraft 4K. No.
Can you name your horse so I can name him Roach? Or Aggro?
Considering you just said the name of the horse, probably not.
That's true. Makes me a little sad.
Japanese aggro.
I wouldn't say I'm bored, Mark, but I would say that the pacing very much
killed the mood.
If they would have moved directly from Last of Us into this, very different story. Because even if the game's not exciting to you, the pacing and the general presentation would have been really good, to keep up.
No! Bastards! Enough! Us next samurai.
So I actually see gameplay.
I mean combat.
Yeah, my bad. But this all kind of things like gameplay. Yeah, combat.
Very beautiful. Oh!
No, that was cool. Very, almost very Nioh feeling with how swift it is.
Sure.
And I hate to have to compare it to something similar, but that's instantly what it reminds me of.
Ooh. I feel like I'm gonna love this.
The combat looks.
Give me a little bit of a reason to care about the story too. Hopefully in this trailer, like set me up some story expectations. Oh.
It looks interesting because it's a combination of slow and methodical. I mean, fast and methodical.
Yeah, sure.
Jin, you're late.
You're impatient. Where's the monk?
The bastards beat me to him. Now they're torturing him at the temple.
Come on.
God, this looks so good.
You think the monks?
I'm glad to see new IP from them.
I am too. This looks fantastic.
Get those raiding hands going, Richard.
We could take them.
No. Remember Sago Bridge? We strike quietly. And they kill the monk.
So, character dialogue's indicating you worked with her before. So I'm assuming that she's going to be a main character as well.
Or that she's at least introduced us having a past with you, you know what I mean?
Just get that monk.
She's your reason to care about the story? Maybe.
An Onimusa remake would be awesome.
This is PS5. It could be.
I don't know, Blake. I don't think so.
I don't think. Is there a game this beautiful that's been on PS4 that runs this well?
I mean, it depends.
It depends on how big this area really is. This area could be really small.
A lot depends on it. I think that this is PS4. Now, this would obviously be shown on PS4 Pro, but
you can. They did say at PSX last year that you could choose your dialogue, right? Like I can have them speak Japanese subtitles.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing now. Detroit.
Oh, that's awesome.
He called reinforcements. We have to move.
I expect way more out of PS5 than this, to be honest. This is beautiful, but I don't think this is PS5. We'd see way more volumetric stuff going on. We see a lot. And we see much higher quality.
Stand aside, Jin. You betrayed my family.
Oh, so there's some conflict.
Run! If we fight, the Mongols win.
They already won.
Oh no. Making me fight my boo.
Is that your boo?
Nah, it's probably his, like,
she looks a little
his
older.
aunt
I'm
or
not saying
friend.
that that's a bad thing.
Mom's friend. His best friend's mom, maybe.
Probably gonna make your PS4 sound like a jet engine though. Detroit already does.
Yeah. Actually, Detroit didn't do it to my console at all. God of War the entire time. I
No,
was
Detroit
playing it.
and God of War.
Give me.
I agree, Steve. If they're showing gameplay, it's not going to be PS5. I'm fairly positive. They'd be very bold to do a deep dive of this game just to have it be a PS5 game.
There's so much going on right now, though. Good shot. Let's go.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Can you change the camera angle of it? Because I don't like the side-to-side thing going on.
I don't mind it. I loved it in God of War 3 with Juice. And it looks like they're still three-dimensional, like you can weave around each other.
Oh no, of course.
That's our enemy.
I just want to do.
It looks a little bit like Tekken, you know?
I hate fighting games. That's why I don't like this kind of style of.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, I agree, Steve. This is beautiful. I mean, this is well, Death Stranding may be pretty formidable.
Blake said, "If this is PS4, I'll eat my shorts." Do you want some gravy, sir? Make those shorts go down a little bit better.
You starting to regret that PS4 trade a little bit? You still got time to get it before all this comes out. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, he knows this is this. What's it called? Exclusive.
Oh, I know. But I'm saying you still got time to get a PS4 again.
Oh no, of course. By then the Pro will be cheaper.
Yep, hopefully.
No, it will be.
I'm expecting
I don't
that
see it not.
potentially today.
I can see them take a 50.
You know what?
That's
I'm
a good trailer.
I'm gonna give him a clap for that. That was awesome.
I actually enjoyed that trailer more than The Last of Us. I'm more excited for that game actually, which is crazy.
Bushido Blade? Yeah.
Considering Last of Us was one of my favorite games of last gen. Sold? Yep. Me too. That and Sekiro.
There we are. That's dreams. I'm cool with this. I actually really want to see Dreams. I know that this is a game that's a point of contention for a lot of people, but I think it looks awesome. Hey, I get you. Whoa. Are you telling me right now that this was made in Dreams? Because if so...
The oldest house is a shifting place. There are rules and rituals.
What the hell?
You can keep traveling deeper.
Nah, this is something crazy, whatever it is.
That's that like factory area. Not factory. That.
This is Remedy's new game. I have a feeling.
Very say inside.
Project 9 or whatever it was. P9.
See, I'm glad they still have.
This looks like Quantic Dream is my thing. I mean, Quantic Break, not Quantic Dream. It looks like Quantum Break, which was awesome. And I would like to see that idea revisited in a way that was a little more broad scope.
Yeah, but now that you said that, the games look almost similar from what I've seen of Quantum Break.
Well, yeah, but Quantum Break was also very wasted potential-wise. So if you can reutilize some of those ideas... P7, thank you. That's what it was.
Half-Life 3. Oh.
Control. Okay, I'm down. I am down.
Who though?
Now, if this ends up Remedy in 505. Ah, man, that looks awesome. From an idea standpoint, and I loved Quantum Break. One of the few Xbox exclusives that I undoubtedly would recommend to anybody. It was actually a good game.
I'm in a better mood now. They're going trailer to trailer.
Me too. And I hope this continues to be it. Whoa, what?
You're like a bug or a mouse.
Anybody there?
That's a PlayStation.
Yeah. Hey, it's pizza.
And some DiGiorno's.
Hey, relax. Everything okay?
Ratatouille.
Yeah, it looks like you're in like maybe a grocery store backstock room or something. Oh yeah, you're definitely a mouse.
You under arrest. Stay back, sir. I've got this. Officer, you need help? What are you doing? Get off. No. Get off of me.
Resident Evil 2 remake?
Oh, it is. Blue Point.
Oh, that would be that would make sense.
How did you get that from a mouse?
Who?
You.
The way the guy was attacking him. Leon.
Yep.
Resident Evil 2 remake. Good for them. Good for them.
Leon Kennedy, my boy.
Jesus Christ.
I am disappointed though that this is what Blue Point's working on.
It may not be Blue Point. Because calm down.
No, it's
we will see. No, because Capcom's announced this well before Blue Point ever said anything about working on something new.
Didn't they do a Resident Evil 1 remake too?
Nope. Oh yeah, but
Capcom
did it.
Things,
RE1.
uniform or not, you do not hesitate.
Was a Resident Evil game like this one?
Whatever it takes to save this city.
It was Resident Evil 1 remake.
What I'm saying is it like this?
I don't know. This looks way more ambitious.
Extraction.
It was like a rebuild around the idea of 1, but it was a carbon copy basically.
Okay, that's what I can
with
remember.
new assets.
Will you help me?
Of course. It's an impressive display of strength.
Yes,
But we
Richard, this
never
is 2.
meant for this to happen.
It's coming back.
So
here's the only thing they're not answering. Awesome. I have no problem. I'm just curious if it's going to play in the same above set camera style. Woo!
That's a good release
date.
Capcom. Okay, cool. It's not Blue Point.
I told you. I knew.
There's still hope. That very fast for today. That's subliminal message.
Yep. Trying to get you.
What was that?
I don't know.
Sound like somebody booing.
An angry man. That does look great. I'm really interested to see if it's going to take on the Resident Evil 7 style gameplay, if it's going to take on the Resident Evil 4 style gameplay, if it's going to keep the original 2.
These dreams transitions are cool.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, it's an odd way to work it in.
Games and the co-creator of Rick and Morty.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Bathtub Guy, and we're here at E3 to take some looks at this new game I'm going to show you right now. Trover Saves the Universe.
Accounting Plus was
Let's give it a look.
hilarious.
Oh, whoa, there's some action platforming stuff in this little piece of shit. I'm the bathtub guy. I'm always in my bathtub, but, you know, that's not about me right now. It's about this game.
Because I'm so funny, I get to repeat myself.
That's exciting footage I just saw. Oh, I'm playing it right now. Look at me. I'm a cool cucumber over here playing this cool game. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Somebody call 711 because that's the emergency dial number for this in this weird part of the galaxy. Because this is a sci-fi based thing. Help! He's got electrocuted.
I'm down. I think you stand in a different place, but I really.
Oh no, I do.
I like Justin Roiland.
He's the new Seth MacFarlane. Voices everybody. Has a comedy that started out pretty good, and he's just now getting old with all the humor he has.
I thank you, Jeff. Accounting Plus was so good.
Are you serious?
Yo, hold up though.
Okay, this is different.
New.
I was gonna be so
That's
mad.
what I needed.
Hey, speaking of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Please tell me this is
Because we
not.
get to be pirates again.
Yep.
We were just talking about mess.
Oh my God.
Still, it's a real shame we don't have a bigger ship.
Yeah, we were talking mess about.
I specifically, now don't get me wrong, it would look way better in this, but I was specifically talking about the fact that it was the weakest world of Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't care. There's nothing you can say that will make that better.
To an irrelevant Disney series. These movies.
Now I want to make this fair. That does not mean I will not enjoy this section of the game. I do not know.
Now I'm tired of seeing pirate games.
Man, Ubisoft's Skull and Bones is really looking crazy.
It looks fantastic, actually. I was real surprised.
Oh, I was making a joke about this. I didn't get to watch the Ubisoft one. I'm behind on that.
Oh no, it looks good. I thought you were chiming in.
Okay, now this looks way cooler though. I want to say this: the biggest problem with Pirates on PS2 was that it was very shallow and it was trying to do too much in a very limited way.
In a very short time period.
This looks way better. Now it's still probably going to be a weak world in my opinion, but
you back in the organization?
Yes. Surprising, isn't it?
Jack,
hey,
don't you
Luxord.
give this creep the time of day.
Sora, stand down. It's the
When
code.
did Luxor ever leave?
Mustn't strike a pirate aboard ship when said pirate offers to confabulate.
I'm looking.
Whoa, Luxor looks crazy.
When did he leave?
Technically, with all the stuff that went on in Dream Drop, only those who chose to stay within it stayed in organization.
Arendelle is safer with
Bragg
you
and
staying
or
up
Zigbar
here.
and Sex. And
Please, go away.
oh my God, that looks awesome. They showed a little bit of yesterday, but
enough screams.
Hey.
I think this is an old trailer.
Yeah, and the whole time they were trashing our company in the process.
That's not Lucian,
You're
is
following her.
no.
Maybe she's
What are you talking about?
7 pure lights we need.
That's Birth by Sleep, man.
7 hearts.
Oh, that is his key. What is that called?
Set your heart free. And at the
That's,
end, you'll finally realize what destiny has in
What is his
store
name?
for you.
Tara.
No, that's
Your
Zigbar.
reward might
My
be
point
right
being is
around
that
the corner.
that is Sora and Roxas's other half. Now you've killed me. Josh, please help me solve brain
Cut you in
street.
half, too.
Kyrie looking fresh.
Now you have me trying to think of it.
I can't believe you did this to me.
We did this to each other earlier too. With Diz and
Please don't be a Star Wars world. I don't want it. I don't want Star Wars or Avengers of any form. Oh my God. Okay. I don't even give a hell about my Monster Hunter PS4 right now.
what is this? Are these all going on sale? 'Cause I was just talking about buying them all again.
Woo!
Please don't go on sale digitally though. Yes.
What?
Yes. Please come out today.
Oh!
Why are you doing this? Why is there no release date?
Blaze, you're here. Do you see that PlayStation? It's beautiful. Hold on. I need to know where this thing is at.
Hey.
Sam Porter preaches. The man who delivers.
Oh, it does include 3?
Tears. Chiral allergy. So, you have dooms like me. What's your level?
I've got
That's
the
the Emma
extinction
Stone review.
factor, but I think you got me beat.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Wanna come work for me?
February 22nd.
Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries.
Norman Fetus.
That's all.
Coming at you.
That looks cool.
This is pretty gorgeous.
Are those the chords?
Now that looks like gameplay. And the same typical Kojima clunky walking. Not hating, but that is a...
You get used to that clunky walking.
That's a staple.
That's a staple.
Currently, there's no pre-order for that console, please.
So it looks like you're playing as 2 different characters, which is interesting.
Or can you customize Norman Peters?
That's a good question. It looks like they are traversing in 2 different. That's a body. I just not realized that.
Yeah, the game's about connections. You're gonna carry around this, you know.
So we're getting some gameplay. Cool.
Now I want to see actual combat. I mean, this is enough. It shows me that the game's making real progress.
Look at those umbilical cords from the sky.
Yeah. Look at the cords connecting the little things behind them.
So I wonder if that's something you take those bodies to.
I guess it's technically not gameplay, but yeah, it's in-engine and it's obviously representative of gameplay, if nothing else. Exactly.
Oh, is that Norman Reedus?
Sure look like it.
Oh, he has a ponytail going on. Okay.
Oh, I'm not. I'm Blake. To be very
gun.
clear, I am not buying based off of this. This is not anything like that. But seeing a little bit is good.
I'm really.
Is that a Hawthorne Heights Skeletons Club tattoo? My boy Norman Fetus listens to Hawthorne Heights. Cut his wrist, black his eyes.
Oh no. The game is very pretty though.
This is way better than another trailer. Even though I know we've moved into a trailer now.
Uh-oh.
See, I love this specific idea. That's right, Josh. Thank you, sir.
Headed into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The timeful fast forwards whatever it touches, but it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
What was his name?
Something's on Bridges. It sounds like
Sam something Bridges.
Beryllium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No.
Benitez.
They're closing in on my position.
Benitez, thank you.
I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sorry for that.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
Oh.
So yeah, those things are to detect.
But you have to plug it into the baby?
Yeah. That was kind of showed in the other trailer.
This is a lot. This is what I wanted to see. I still would have preferred to see real HUD, real gameplay.
Yeah, it looks sick. Hey, we're not too far from that.
But this is good.
So this is actual gameplay.
So do you have full control of that?
I would assume that's your stick. Your right stick. I would assume. I don't know how else they would make it work.
Well,
because he's using it to scope things out. It looks like.
Yeah, but then how would you control your camera unless you have to hit a specific button?
Yeah, maybe like hold R1.
Almost like you're strafing in this in a way and using that to control it. Weird even for Kojima, I agree, but this is cool because he's been really stuck to Metal Gear for a long time. Oh damn!
So that's probably the death scene. That looks great.
Okay.
Release date.
Hey, you know what?
A crypto bite a day keeps
Gotta
the
give him
time
that
fall
too.
away.
Is that a baby?
It's not a baby, but that's I think what the baby becomes. I mean, that's what that becomes a baby.
What in the
Too
hell?
late. You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?
I swear, if this is on. If this comes out February 22nd next year.
Why did that make it sound like that was a big reveal? Like I feel like I missed something.
I'm not sure either. It looked like she ate a fetus, yes.
No release date.
2019. They're being so coy. Hey,
Koei
speaking of
Tecmo.
coy.
Yeah.
I couldn't have planned that better if I wanted to. Boy.
Tenchu.
Here it is. Maybe daughter from the picture.
Too many feudal Japan. Oh, Team Ninja.
New Nioh? That is incredibly unlikely.
That wasn't William. Unless I'm
Oh, it
blind.
doesn't have to be William.
Oh. Oh. Huh. Oh, it is Nioh.
Or is it DLC? Nioh 2?
That's
hot damn.
Dude,
you know what?
There's so many feudal Japan games. I gotta pick one.
Good for them, but there's a lot of feudal Japan going on right now.
No, good for them though. Seriously, I'll pick it up. God, love that soundtrack, dude. That soundtrack is phenomenal. Oh man.
Man, good on them. See, not new ideas, and I feel like Shawn Layden's wording was very specific because
they
of this.
tricked us. Hey, this is a lot of work. I get a bingo point. Oh, no, I don't get... I'm not going to get bingo at all. Yes, Josh, go play the first. It's good.
Oh, the first is good.
It's not a... People keep comparing it to Dark Souls. It uses elements of Dark Souls, but it is not nowhere
I
near
would
the gameplay.
compare it more akin to Ninja Gaiden.
No, I wouldn't.
The raft is secure, but I
To
can't
Ninja
reach them
Gaiden?
over
Ninja
radio.
Gaiden's much
Their
faster
comms
than
must be down.
Oh, but I'm
What's your
saying
status?
akin. If you were going to compare it to Dark Souls versus Ninja
It's
Gaiden.
closer to Dark Souls. Hey, Spider-Man.
This is cool.
I thought you said it was secure.
It was. Let's go.
Exclusives
Maybe
for
it's
the
not
win.
as bad as it
Absolutely.
Samurai is the new
Love the
zombie.
optimism. But in my experience,
Full orchestra,
when it
just
looks
one
bad,
instrument at a time. Great,
it's
Mark.
usually worse. Look out!
It's not quite a bingo.
Oh, hey, I get it. It's a bingo point. I said new Spider-Man villain.
Hold on!
Did we get a date for Ghost of Tsushima?
No, not even a window.
I don't think I'm gonna get it.
They're being coy. You know they don't like putting dates on things.
Yeah.
They've been doing the not giving a date until the last 3 months.
Just in time.
That's a weird looking Electro.
Is that Gilbert Gottfried?
Looks like we made parole, boys. I'm out.
Electro? Why is he letting everyone out?
I'll head for the main control center and see how bad the situation is.
Got it. I'll go join the party.
Sure, Nioh 2 could be console exclusive. It's still an exclusive for them. This has been a very interesting E3 because Sony's gotten a lot of exclusives out of this deal, be it console or full exclusive. But Microsoft's got their share of at least launch exclusives, which, I mean, is better than coming in with nothing. And Session, I am a little jealous that they're getting Session first. That's a game I actually care to play. I might actually buy Session on PC just to get to play it early, but maybe not, because I really would like to get trophies for it.
Like fish in a barrel.
Looks awesome.
That doesn't sound
I still don't necessarily think we need to see this, but looks awesome.
Oh, hi, Rhino.
Look at that, Saul. Multiple villains.
Surprise. What is he talking about?
Hey, what's your status?
Session will be on PS4, but late. We don't know how long, but it is a...
So they're doing Sinister 6.
As the bad guys?
Yep.
That's cool.
Good to be true.
Scorpion, can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was busy.
Which is weird, because it's almost to akin of what Sony was trying to start with the Amazing Spider-Man.
Now, are you sure it's Sinister 6? Because Mr. Negative is not Sinister 6.
No, but he's probably like what people have said before. He's like the very first one.
Because isn't Venom Sinister 6?
No.
What's going on?
Or is it Carnage?
No, none of them. It's Green Goblin, Scorpion, Rhino, Electro. Maybe. Okay, hold on.
Is Doc Ock in there?
Doc Ock is in there, and Vulture's in there.
And Craven. Mysterio, Craven, Sandman,
Mysterio.
Vulture.
Come on,
We haven't seen
Spider-Man.
Sandman.
I thought this was a chase.
Sandman's in there?
Yeah. Let's look it up.
Gotta stop this guy.
Oh yeah, I said Green Goblin.
The upside of this saw is that it does reinforce what you were mostly worried about. That this is not a QTE heavy game. Haven't seen one yet.
Takes me up on that offer.
We don't see the HUD though. I doubt they would hide QTEs from us, but
They didn't last year. Why would they do it now? Definitely after coming out and saying that there's not a lot of QTE, you know?
Did they say that?
Yeah.
Okay,
They
good.
made
I
a
did not
huge
see
deal
that.
during the Game Informer coverage to say that it was not QTE heavy. That was there was very little in the game, just at the biggest set pieces.
Sorry, no time to talk.
Okay, Jonathan, thanks. So no Scorpion, but Mysterio and Vulture. Well, we just saw Vulture, so
The security camera's back online.
Mysterio shows that we got them all.
Well, it looks like the entire population of the raft has escaped. That makes 5 of your worst enemies that are now on the loose.
Yeah, Vulture Sinister 6 for sure.
I thought you were
Which is
serious.
interesting because if like say they divide it, 5 hours of gameplay per one, it's 35 hours.
Ugh, that'd be a
Or
long
30
time
hours.
per, but after Far Cry 5 making you spend a lot of time in one area, and I know some people had to complain that it wasn't long enough per area, but I disagree vastly. Certain areas felt way too long. That was beautiful. Oh, you see that? Scorpion makes cameos. So I guess he's, in a sense, he's part of the Sinister Six.
Interesting.
Or he's expected in the comics, at least, if anything else, or the idea behind it.
So you don't think it'd be interesting for like for a total of 35 hours to get I keep saying 35. 30 hours to
Well,
get
it depends, because
5
we know,
hours at each one.
Well, you gotta think, we know more than that. We know Kingpin's
How do
in
you
the
like
game.
my new suit?
How many of these are side
Well, I'm just saying.
characters?
I'm just saying that's what. I'm not saying the game would be 35 hours. We would just get 35 hours out of these 6 people.
Maybe.
But the game could be a little.
Mr.
longer.
Negative's not counted in that.
I know. I'm not counting.
Kingpin's not counted in
you're
that.
not
I get what you're saying. It's just it's hard to imagine the game being that long. Even if you got 35 hours out of these, 5 or 6 people, whatever.
I'm expecting the game to be at least a little lengthy. Now we've seen all these guys.
No, I expect 20 to 30 hours. But in what form?
I can't. I don't know if I could do that short of a game with this being.
Good idea. In fact, we don't have to do this at all if you don't want to.
Some kind of writing your piece.
Definitely want to.
Yes, that's Electrode, Jonathan. And why not?
Electrode? You mean Electro?
Electrode. The Pokemon. Oh, come on, stream. What you doing to me?
There we go.
Sorry, guys. Don't know what happened.
I was like, you don't have to apologize. This Otis doing messing up.
First time this has happened. So, yeah, I don't think it's us.
E3 internet messed up.
Oh my god, if this is the intro, then dang.
Where's Black Widow, though?
I don't think so, though, because
by Disney
Josh, the last gameplay thing was revealing that Mr. Negative was his boss, or at least connected to a thing he didn't know. It was like a learning experience, so I don't think that's it.
with that many villains, I agree with Saul about the length. That's the only thing I unless you're taking out 2 or 3 at a time.
Well, it depends, right? Full length? Are we talking full length?
I'm talking about
potential full game length outside
that
of
is the Sony
main
PlayStation
story.
press conference, wrapping up with all things
What
Spider-Man,
was that?
which is a great big PlayStation exclusive that's coming out.
Okay.
The end
That
of
was
this
the
year.
sloppiest cut I think I've ever seen to an
All the
ending.
biggest moments are Boogie.
I don't even think the music was
2988, Andy
done.
Mack, Brandon Jones, and new guest Atomic Mari from Smosh.
Huh.
So guys, we talked a lot about what we were hoping to see from PlayStation. A very different format to sort of how they put it all together.
Hey, Corey.
First, kind of.
All right, well, we're going to bounce out of the audio here.
What was your take?
Wait, Brandon's there?
Yep, Brandon's there.
They must live close to San Diego or live in San Diego. They were doing their reaction videos for everything else.
What? This is San Francisco.
Or San Francisco. No.
This is LA, first of all, but.
Oh, I thought that was San Diego this year.
Nope.
Oh. That was an odd ending.
Very
I'm
odd
watching
ending.
more on IGN. We're on IGN. Are we not, Brett?
No. We're on the E3 official stream. Okay.
It's a montage? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on here.
What's
Let me
everybody
look-
think here? It is over, Richard. It is over. That was a very odd ending. I'm curious of what a lot of you think. Steve, I'm actually really interested in hearing your opinion on all this because this has been a little bit odd. But yeah, Ghost is awesome. Last of Us looks awesome. I'll say the 4 games they showed, they did what I was hoping for. They showed just enough to be like, okay, cool. Spider-Man didn't really need to be shown, but since they said they were going to go deep dive, why not? And it looked awesome, so I think it did its job there. Pacing came to a terrible crawl with that venue change. I don't know if setting the venue up to be like The Last of Us was really worth the pacing break.
Not in my opinion.
Not
the
that
performance
long.
was good, but I don't think it needed to be like people are going to buy The Last of Us. I don't think you have to convince them with a musical number specifically in that environment.
Okay, now hold on. First of all, the first thing we have to get out of the way is that no Skate 4.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's going to be long. Okay, I'll go ahead and switch to tomorrow then.
I felt it,
It's a Nintendo.
Oh, my word. When's Nintendo? Is it
Tomorrow
tomorrow?
morning. Tomorrow morning at 11.
I'll see if I can try and... Oh, okay, at 11 for us? I can watch it on lunch. I'm curious to see about it.
Micro wins by a landslide. I have to agree and disagree.
Okay.
I have to agree because it brought me the most amount of games I'm excited for.
But Sony going into gameplay on so many more of them, I think that Sony shows. Okay, it's a very big difference in taste. The biggest thing is that the pacing for. I'd forgotten about Skate 4. Skate 4 is dead. Hashtag.
Rip that band off.
Here's the biggest thing between the two of them, right? Microsoft's pacing was far and away better than this. Sony's pacing did catch back up once they got the venue change. It was awesome.
Finally,
having the little dreams things. I thought it was odd that we did not see dreams at all.
I think it was odd we only saw Shawn Layden.
Which was okay. Whatever. Yeah. That's fine. Coming out the way they did and wording it the way they did, there was a little bit of sleight of hand. There was a slight guy. I don't know what keep saying that.
Steve says Microsoft had better pacing and had more PlayStation games.
In a sense, that is true. Well, Mark, I think you should have stayed in bed too. I don't know. I mean, I'm excited to have seen it, but I guess the thing is that you leave feeling like I knew all this still going in, whereas there was a lot of surprise in Microsoft's one. Nothing in this quite matched the same amount of hype. Besides maybe Resident Evil 2 remake is probably pretty close to how excited everybody was at Devil May Cry 5.
For those fans, not for me though.
Yeah, I mean crowd reaction as a whole.
Crowd reaction doesn't affect me though.
Yeah. Well, no, but I'm just saying that, when you're looking this at a more objective thing, now subjectively, it's hard to say who won, right? Because I think, like you said, Microsoft showed more games that I would like, or that I like. Sony showed less, but they showed more of the parts that I want to see of the game.
Yeah.
Right? My biggest thing was that
gameplay.
A lot of the
Death
stuff
Stranding.
that I saw yesterday, yesterday for Microsoft's, a lot of the stuff that I was really interested in, we didn't actually get to see gameplay on. Right? I really wanted to see real gameplay of Sekiro. We saw cinematic breaks, right? But I would have really liked to see a solid small chunk.
Yeah.
Now, would that have destroyed the pacing that they had set? Yes.
Yeah.
So it becomes like Microsoft's pacing and sheer number of games and small things that I do kind of disagree with, like them talking about the new Xbox because it hints at it being so soon in my mind,
yeah,
but maybe not because
that was a 45 ending second though.
Oh no, it was quick, and I'm glad that it was quick. If they did the Scorpio thing again, that would have been bad.
Oh no, yeah, you would have seen me sleeping.
Let's see.
Passed out.
Did anything specify exclusivity on Remake 2? No, I don't think so. And Remedy Game did not specify it either. They both just said 2019. We actually got a date for Resident Evil Remake, January 25th, right?
29th,
something like that. Great. So, let's see. Do you guys think they should have teased PS5 with this conference? Would that have been a good idea? No, LTB, I don't think that would have been a good idea. And I think that's because, okay, so Microsoft teasing is one thing. Microsoft's strategy for consoles is different than Sony's already. That's the biggest thing that we know.
What do you mean, Josh? Showing new FromSoft game?
Sony showing new FromSoft game. So that must be on a different stream. And I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
I mean, I could go back and watch it later. I don't have all the time in the world, and I do want to go eat some birthday cake here in a second.
Yeah, I do too.
January 23rd. Okay. That sounds about right. I think it was a good show overall, but I do think that man, I don't know. Your attitude came from the fact that they were being so slow and changing.
Oh no! I'm in a good mood. It's just
that small window, that attitude.
It's not a small window.
Well,
that was nearly 30 minutes. From the start to ending of Last of Us was 30 minutes almost.
Okay, so yeah, I got you.
Because remember, I was like, it's
from the start of Last of Us until we got to the venue change.
Yeah, from the very beginning, the venue change was almost 30 minutes.
Yeah, I agree, but that's what I'm saying though. So
25ish minutes.
So that happening, I get it. I mean, I actually got to say that it's a tie mentally for me because I think I was mentally a little more engaged with the pacing and the excitement of Microsoft's, even though some of the games I'm not going to deal with or not going to get. They also showed a lot that I did want from a third-party standpoint, which is good because it comes to PlayStation anyway, so showing Metro was awesome. Captain Spirit was cool. I mean, we saw it again at Square, which I think was a little bit of a misstep. Showed it one or the other. But I don't know. I think that this was pretty okay.
Yeah, I agree with Richard. He says worst PlayStation 3E ever. I don't agree with ever, but I agree within the past 4 years.
Yeah, no, since the PlayStation 4 is what I'll say.
Right. Well,
and only worse, not because. Okay, I think worse because of the sum of its parts.
Not Corey.
Not buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. I hear from you later.
Apparently, my limpy wave was like, y'all are Nazi saluting. No, that's just me being lazy and not fully extending my hand.
Let's see, LTB says I don't think it's the worst, but it definitely was weak from a format perspective, unfortunately. I agree. I think
EA was worse than that. So if I had to rank them off the top of my head, it'd be Microsoft, PlayStation, Square. For now.
I will say this. EA we talked about this in the car. I do think EA has been the weakest so far, but not by just a wide margin. I think it was still okay. With Square being just above it, only because of their pacing.
I will say Ubisoft
Square was pure pacing.
I liked Square better than Ubisoft.
I can't say anything about Ubisoft. I do plan to watch it, but I don't have any comparisons to that yet.
And I'm not going over.
Actually, I'll say this: was Ubisoft's paced well? Because actually, the biggest thing,
except the very beginning, apparently they do a Just Dance thing every year, and I didn't know that. This is the first time I've ever watched an Ubisoft one. So. Other than that, though, it was pretty fun.
The last few years, Ubisoft has been oddly paced and it's been trying to do the humanize the developers thing, which is great, but it starts to really slow you down excitement-wise. So it's kind of a mixture there. I'm glad Ubisoft was awesome. I really need to check it out. Strange to get the only Kingdom Hearts trailer that really meant much. I think it was interesting. I knew that it was going to be at Xbox because Xbox needs to capitalize on the fact that they're getting it and that they're getting a game that A, has never been on their console, and B, is a Japanese game, pulls people over who are maybe on the fence about whether or not they were going to be able to play it.
So I'm curious now. Xbox does get all the Kingdom Hearts games. They didn't say that was exclusive.
Nope, they said only on PS4.
That was at the last card, though.
Only on PS4. But it said packaged together, so that's still... Wording could be everything, but it sounds like if you get Kingdom Hearts 3,
I thought only. Okay, go ahead.
If you get Kingdom Hearts 3 on PlayStation 4, you also get 2.8, 1.5, and 2.5 mix.
See, I was so hyped up about that all in one bundle, I was not paying attention. I didn't even pay attention to that it was Kingdom Hearts 3 bundled
I do not think that it's coming to Xbox. If it is, why would they show that it's exclusively only packaged together on PlayStation 4? The wording suggests that it could. I don't think it is. That seems unlikely to me. Because we've not even seen Final Fantasy 10 or 12 come over to Xbox yet, and we've seen 12 go to PC.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
now, I guess we'll do a total impressions video for our next episode for Triangle Squared as the actual podcast.
I think maybe. I mean, I kind of like. I mean, here's the thing: they showed 4 games, right? And our live reactions and our general impressions.
Overall E3.
Okay, yeah, I would be okay
that
with
way
that.
We can get in the nitty gritty because, like I said, that I put Square above Ubisoft, and then EA at the bottom. But that doesn't mean that there are games out of each of these conferences. Like the only reason.
You want your refund?
The only reason Square is above Ubisoft is because of Octopath. And the only reason Ubisoft is above EA... Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'll switch those around because Anthem is more exciting to me right now in this period of time than Division. But I will say, boy, they announced 8-man Division teams.
Oh!
For raids.
Okay, I'm down.
So
that's cool. Real quick, El Chabib says God of War reveal conference was the best, and I thought they will continue that format. I do agree that reveal was really well, but here's the thing: you can't every year come out and just show game the same way they did that year. It is impossible to keep that kind of pacing. And then what did you see happen the next year? Because they did that so well the year before, that was 2016. 2017 came out, and it was well done. It was well paced, but you saw a lot of the same games. And that's the only way you can keep that pacing up. And eventually you're going to get tired of seeing the same games at E3. And I think Sony were smart enough to say that that's why they chose to do this. Choose 4 games, 3 of which we've not seen at all in a real deep capacity. And that was smart. We've not seen The Last of Us 2 in any real capacity. We've not seen Ghost in any real capacity. We've seen Death Stranding in multiple trailers, but it wasn't indicative of what you're going to get from a gameplay perspective. Today showed that there's at least a broad idea, painting with broad strokes, but a broad idea of what you're going to get to do from a gameplay perspective. I would have liked to see combat, unless the game is going to pull and not be combat like. It seems odd to think of a Kojima game that doesn't have combat as some form of focus.
Yeah, I was going to say that because you could totally go do all the Metal Gear games without combat in a way.
Dude, I loved when Kevin Butler came on E3. That was one of my favorite E3 moments because the speech was so good. It was very pro-gamer and pro-general thing. It was.
Wait, Kevin Butler died?
No, it's just Kevin Butler doesn't exist because he was a fictional character. And that whole lawsuit between that actor happened.
What happened with those commercials and such?
He was on another controller. He has on another commercial where he had a Wii controller or something, and they considered it a breach of contract. It was something weird.
I guess that makes sense.
Don't quote me on that. It's something along those lines, I think. Let's see. Square, I was super hyped for, but I'm okay with it. Yeah, I was okay with it. My biggest thing was that it was pre-recorded. So
he did pull out a machine gun. That is right, El Chabib. He pulled out a machine gun out. So yeah,
he did. So, but see, that doesn't mean the game's going to be focused around combat. It may be a game where you avoid combat at all risk. It'd be cool if the game gave you the decision, right? You can avoid combat as much as you want to, but when you absolutely have to do it,
Metal Gear.
Yeah.
That's exactly at least that's how I play Metal Gear games.
I think the difference is
stealthy
that
as possible.
And this is what we're going to say. I did not play Metal Gear Solid 5.
Such a good game.
I watched enough people play it, and it was big and open and just empty to me, but I think some of that comes from the nature of the setting it was in.
What's P7? I keep seeing that.
P7 is the control that was from Quantic. That was the Quantic Break developer. That was Remedy.
Like his leaked name or something? I mean, it's
yeah. P7 was its
Okay.
Whatever you want to call it, project
7.
nickname. So anyway, yeah, that looked cool. Yeah. I think that was cool. I think there is combat, like I said, but depending on, I don't know. I guess this game has a very different sense of survival. And like what survival means.
Yeah, because you can be seen technically as long as you just don't move, which
because
is interesting.
It's almost like they hear with sound, or because like you think about it, they were doing, or they hear with sound, but they see with sound.
Everything hears with sound.
But do you notice they were like holding their breath and everything?
Yeah. I got that.
Very reminiscent of A Quiet Place. When it's like, when these things are by.
What's A Quiet Place? Is that movie with John Krasinski?
Yeah, the Jim Halpert movie.
That's what.
But that's the thing, like when they're.
That's not a Jim Halpert movie.
But
Jim Halpert is not in that movie.
I mean, and they showed that last year as well.
That's certainly been
no Red Dead 2 anywhere. That is true. And even in the pre-show, they talked about thinking about that they would see it here. But
I have such a mental block. I keep seeing R2-D2 for some reason. I'm like, what is he? He said this before. What does he mean? No R2-D2 anywhere?
Okay, so. That is interesting, but is it really surprising? Because we've not seen... When's the last time we saw Rockstar at E3? I can't even remember it.
Like 6 years ago?
I don't even think that they were at E3 for Grand Theft Auto 5.
I don't think they were either.
They did their own reveal.
I was positive, though, that they were going to be at E3 this year just to pull in crowds from Grand Theft Auto 5. Because there is definitely the newer there are people who weren't old enough or who weren't interested in games that young that were around when Resident Evil, not Red Dead Revolver, what's his name again? Come on now, Saul think. Red Dead Redemption was out, and then now that they're like 13, 14 playing GTA 5, that should be something, Rockstar could capitalize on by more advertisement in a way.
But I think that happens anyway because Rockstar is a household name in gaming, right?
No, not exactly. Just because I had Grand Theft Auto Vice City didn't mean I wanted Grand Theft Auto San Andreas until I played it.
A little different, though. I mean, because, there's something to be said about a pedigree from a studio that makes you instantly more excited for their next one.
But you're 13 years old or 14. You don't really have that kind of... You don't really think that way.
I think that matters on a different stations because, I mean, I absolutely had that. To me, I was like, oh, Sucker Punch? Sucker Punch being behind Infamous is exactly what made me, but I think it depends on how you play games. There are a lot of people who casually play and don't even know developers.
Like the more casual crowd that know Rockstar's name, but they don't know what they've done in the past. But
GTA 5 is enough to carry it. In my opinion, that's what I was getting at. I don't think that they have to come out to draw the crowd because the crowd's going to move with the games.
Maybe
to an extent.
I'm talking about the younger, more casual, like Fortnite, GTA 5.
It will also everything here or not. Yeah, I mean Red Dead will. I hope everyone roasts PlayStation so they get better next E3. I think that next E3 will be better because I still expect to see some form of PS5 talked about by then, and then we see a very big reveal of. Okay,
no Final Fantasy VII remake either.
Yeah,
so
I was going to get to that.
Have that?
Well, I don't think anybody does because
Nintendo.
No, this is what it solidifies, in my opinion. The fact that we didn't see Final Fantasy VII means that Final Fantasy VII is in more trouble than we thought with the whole restarting of development thing.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. They didn't even show VR, which I am thankful for.
But they showed VR in the pre-show stuff the days before, so I think that they were smart to focus on. Again, I think that they came out pretty well with their wording, and there was a couple of surprises, like Control, like Resident Evil 2 remake, and they didn't need to show just too terribly much, but I think it was cool. They needed to, I won't say that. They needed to show more, but not with what they promised.
I'm honestly surprised that they didn't unveil that rumored VR2 unit they're doing.
Oh, was that game that they talked about, whatever in the universe, was that Squanch Games VR game? Did it say that?
No, they said action and adventure, I thought, but I could be wrong.
I thought, it showed them playing it on a standard PS4 controller, so maybe it supports VR. I'll give it that.
No, I think he's talking about VR announcements in the pre-show and the Rick and Morty game. Oh, okay. I don't know.
But yeah, the pre-show was what I was getting at. They covered VR more than enough in the pre-show. So they're obviously still talking about it, but they're not ready to talk about the next iteration of VR, which will probably be way better. And I think that's going to be a big part of that, which, me and Saul talked about that. He thought that there was a potential for a VR reveal this year. I just didn't see it. I think that they're really going to save that for when they announce the PS5 and do it in tandem.
PS5 needs breathing room. To me, I don't need to hear.
I don't know, man.
I need to hear as much possible about PS5 without another subject being on the plate.
Well, this is what they could do, right? They could do PS5 reveal like they did with PS4, and then at the E3 when they're talking about all the other PS4 games, they can also go,
then you waste my time with VR. See, that's what I see. VR right there is always just almost a waste of time.
I see, but I think it depends on where you stand on the VR thing. You don't care about VR in the same way as somebody like me or someone else does.
It said at the end of the trailer, apparently.
Okay. Yep. It may be PS4 and PSVR. That makes sense, but it's obviously not PSVR exclusive, which
PS5
doesn't
coming
matter.
Next year?
So I think PS5 is coming next year too, Steve. That's my biggest thing. I still want to hold on to my original plan of February, March reveal, E3. You see the box, you see more. It's going to very closely mimic the PS4, and I think that's a smart schedule. So
I have a Pixel 2 XL. Me and Brett both do.
Yep, Pixel 2. Love it. For the most part, there's a couple of things that I miss from my.
I'll be fine with the PS5 next year and then VR 2020. That's perfect for me. Just get rid of VR, make it a handheld. I'll be even happier, Sony. Wouldn't you?
I mean, I don't know, man, because it depends. I think Sony's doing better in the VR space than they are in the handheld space, or their last examples of which.
I'm still in that camp, and I know it's not normally a greatly looked upon camp, but I think VR is a gimmick, and I don't think it'll be around in 5 years. I firmly believe that there is nothing that anybody can show me in terms of like futuristic hardware or anything that will convince me otherwise.
Exactly, Steve. Same. This being the way that it is, definitely with things like Resident Evil. So I even think that seeing big games have release dates that are into this, and then seeing the games not given a date, but obviously being PS4 games, and showing gameplay which suggests they're maybe not as far off as we would have thought. There's potential that we see Ghost next year, which up until today I didn't know if that was going to be. I had a feeling it would be, but there was always that potential that it's not, and there still is that potential that it's not.
And that's kind of what I like about it too, is that it's a obvious tell that the PlayStation 4 train is winding and down and going into the station. But
and they gave that messaging prior to E3, right? They got that Codera interview with John Codera. He's talking about sunsetting the PS4.
We were always thinking about that, beforehand though. When we and you talked about it before, like over the past 3 months ago, and we were like, this has to be kind of what it means.
Well, yeah, and I think that also, I mean, as soon as they announced the deep dive into 4 games, I was like, this seems indicative of PS5, but seeing this makes me really think PS5. So
Josh says, I kind of agree, Saul, but I want to be different. Well, I don't like VR. Like, to me, it is something that, unless you make a very slim line, light, and I mean light, cordless, higher resolution headset.
I think at least 2 of those 3 are going to be seen in the next VR iteration.
I mean, they're already technically seen in the Vive 2 that they've shown.
But I'm talking about specifically on Sony's. I will say that.
Right.
But yeah, you are right. As VR is a whole market.
My problem is that you can't do that, but you can't do that and be affordable. And I don't care about that technology at this point in my life to even spend $200 on the current headset, let alone $600 or $700. I think the new HTC Vive is like $890.
Sony will not do a VR
I know, but
costs that much. I get
but then it won't be current tech, and then that's where there's no
there's got to be concessions made to hit a price point. I understand, but I do think that's why I say 2 of the 3, right? I think you get a higher resolution, I think you get a lighter build, but I don't think you get cordless. I think you get very minimized cords, which they've already done.
No, we do have to start somewhere, Josh, and that's I understand that 100%. I just don't think that there was reason to start anywhere.
They're showing Dreams in the post show, but this is the same thing they showed the other day. This is just going back over the last video that we saw, which is building the level, changing the skyboxes, which looks cool. I mean, it's fine, but I was really hoping to see more. I'm really surprised that no Dreams release day, right? Because I still stand by it has to release this year. Is this a Gamescom announcement? A Paris Games Week date? Are they still doing the thing where they don't want to put a date on the game until 3 to 4 months prior to release?
I don't know.
Even for something like Dreams, which has been known about forever. I mean, I get it, but it's a little odd. So,
but yeah, like that's just my stance on VR. I'm not I like VR. I'm just not like. There's nothing worthwhile in its gaming library other than like 1 to 2 games that makes me want to go under that much.
I think for you, I agree. Like even when I thought about it, there's a lot of games that I've liked on it so far.
Job Simulator was fun,
and Vacation Simulator will be great.
And I'll say Resident Evil 7.
Resident Evil 7 is awesome.
Games. Those are 2 games that I could.
I do think, and I'm not saying you need to buy it or even need to try it if you really don't want to. I do want you to play Farpoint, where I'm at, just so you can see what an actual first-person shooter is like in it. I think you'll be more impressed than you think you will.
See, and I think that first-person shooter is the genre to have the biggest.
And we're seeing more of it. You know, we are.
But at the same time, there's always that, not loss in quality, but just change in the way VR works, into which there's floaty guns or no guns or no hands, and then the hands are oddly, weirdly looking for your hands.
Hands in this one.
No, are they in gloves though, or something?
They are in gloves.
Okay,
but you're also in space.
Yeah, I like. I've seen games and VR games in which the hands aren't in gloves; they're not covered up.
Yeah,
but they don't look like my hands. So that's instantly out of
I understand. They look like plasticky hands. I get you.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you in a lot of ways, but I think that just because I know you've not played it yet, I really want you to try it one day whenever you have some free time. Maybe this week since you're off.
Yeah.
I think that I don't think it's going to convert you. But I think it may.
No, it certainly.
I know it won't. I know, but I think what it may do is give you at least more of a seed of like, okay, depending on the quality and jumps we see, or the jumps in quality that we see with VR2, and this idea that can be expanded upon even more now, you're going to really kill it. And I think that, and that doesn't mean you're going to buy it at launch, but I think that you'll see the viability of VR a little bit more. Because I do think you have a very limited scope on what you've seen in VR on PlayStation side. And PlayStation's honestly doing pretty well. So
I've watched a lot of videos on the HTC Vive, a lot of them, especially involving funny videos like VR chat. And that's where Steve is correct, where he says PSVR definitely needs better tracking in its next iteration, and then he goes on to say it seems like a guarantee, especially because like the Vive, you have 360 tracking.
Yeah, and then, now there's a number of things. You have a single camera tracking with the PSVR,
right?
And you have the Move, which is already a somewhat. Now, don't get me wrong. At the time that Move came out, Move was advanced in comparison to the Wii, right? Now, when even the Wii Remote Plus or whatever Wii Motion Plus, but when you think about this, you're still talking about technology that came out in 2010.
Well, I'm also
that's
talking
being
about
reused.
a tracking software that came out at the same time HTC Vive came out, or after,
No.
long after.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about after, but I'm saying that like he's saying guaranteed. Absolutely, they're not going to reuse. All they were trying to do with Move is that was the foundation of the idea in general. They know that they were able to get something out and make money off of it. They know that there's a market for it, reusing technology they already had. They got to resell all the Move stock of controllers that they didn't sell before because people were hyped for VR.
Which is why I'm curious as to like.
I think it was a safe bet for Sony, right? And they were able to do it. It's made them money. It's shown them viability in the market. And what we see next generation is, even if it's something akin to Move, which I don't think it will be, that it will be multi-camera tracking. It'll be something you set up with multiple points. It'll have much enhanced, redesigned Move that's way more that's more precise. I mean, even if you see it. But I also think that maybe we move completely away from the LED technology that's in there. So
I hope so.
I think that we do.
Because what is it? They use radiation cameras or whatever it is. They use like IR cameras or whatever that if glass breaks, it literally leaks radiation, which is scary. The HTC Vive.
Oh.
They have like on their cameras, they have a glass panel that if you break can be radiation, which I'm pretty sure is laser radiation from the cameras it uses.
Sure. Well, yeah, because it measures your depth away from it. So yeah. Absolutely.
But I guess I'm all done talking about E3.
Yeah, I think I'm done as well too. I'm gonna go
visit
get me some birthday cake. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So
I want to eat some too.
Yep. So you know what? Thank you everybody for joining us and sticking around for the post show and joining us in the little bit of pre-show we did. So we will have this up on YouTube for everyone else to watch, and we will get our Square one live. I just need to cross some T's and dot some I's. If anybody missed our reactions to those and wants to go back and watch them, it was a short conference, so I think that's, going back and watching that won't be crazy. But thank you, Steve. I appreciate you, man. And hey, good luck on your wedding coming up. I think that, are you already in there? Did you get married yet? I'm going to stick around until I get that answer.
I'm sorry. Congratulations if you did.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Elchabib.
It is your birthday.
Yes, Richard. Yes, it is your birthday. It is my birthday. But yeah. Let's see. I'm curious Steve's answer. I got to know if he's married or not yet.
For those that are watching on YouTube,
the money chat.
You can click off. It'll be fine. Yeah,
last Friday.
Congratulations.
Hey, Mazel Tov, bud.
Almost a week.
I mean, I'm not Jewish, but
almost a week almost a week for your anniversary.
Your week anniversary?
Your week anniversary.
Oh, God.
4 more days. All
right, guys. We will see y'all later. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you, guys.
We will see y'all next week.